Hey, welcome back, YouTube. So today I just want to do a quick video. I'm gonna try and keep this just like 5 or 6 minutes. But I just wanted to show you guys a book I wrote. So if you've been following the channel for a little bit, um, primarily I talk about Amazon, crypto, and cars. Um, if you've been around, you also know that the way I was able to afford the crypto and the car was Amazon. So when I first started selling on Amazon, no idea what I was doing. I ended up buying a course that cost me, I think, $600 to $700, which worked out. I definitely don't regret buying it, but it is kind of cost prohibitive for people that are just kind of thinking about it or just want some more info on it. So during the quarantine and everything of the pandemic of 2020, I decided to write this. So if you got like 5 minutes, just follow along. I'm going to go over just like some of the table of contents, just kind of show you what the book's about. It's only $30, but I'm going to leave a comment or a coupon code at the end. So I'll drop that in the description below, which if you haven't already, please hit like, hit subscribe, hit the little bell. I'm going to start doing some more videos here as the weather's warming up. And I'm also going to show you guys a potentially way to get some extra money and even like a free book, but if you really like the book and you want to sell it to others, I'm going to help you guys out with some affiliate links. So follow along and let's get to it. Alright, so let's get into it. Right off the bat, I named this Into the Jungle. It's kind of a play on words with the whole Amazon thing, so I thought it was funny. So beginner's guide to starting and navigating an Amazon business. If you stick to the end of the video, or I guess just check the description below if you're like interested as we're talking about this, but there's a link in there or a coupon code for 30% off. So it makes the book like $21. And then if you stick to the end, I'll explain how I'm creating an affiliate program. So if you're interested and you want to make some extra money, this is a good way to do it. The caveat is I'm only doing it for those that have purchased the book. I've always kind of been a stickler where I don't think you should be an affiliate or market products that you personally don't use and don't believe in. So that's why I'm kind of sticking to that. I don't ever tell people to buy anything that I don't like or haven't used. And so I'm going to continue that with this book and people that want to be an affiliate. So let's get into it. I'm not going to really scroll down through the book too much. I'll kind of focus on the table of contents so you get an idea what's in there. I don't want to give it away for free, obviously. I spent a lot of time on this. Basically what happened is, over the pandemic, I really wanted to do something to help other people create an additional source of income. Amazon's worked out really well for me, and I hope it will for you too. So with that said, let's get into it. All right, so we kind of go over everything from start to finish, like the whole process I used getting into it. Kind of everything I learned from that $600-700 course, plus after like 3 years now selling at Amazon, I kind of incorporated everything that I could think of into this to help everyone that's starting, so you don't make some of the same mistakes I did. I launched a couple products that after I bought them and launched them, when I'm searching on Amazon, I'm like, oh my god, that's why this is a bad product, because there's too much variety, there's just too many options, and it just didn't work out well. And I talk about some of those examples in here. So first thing you want to do, and I kind of recommend everybody in general, is to have an LLC. I think everybody should have one for tax purposes. Obviously, if you do this when you're filing taxes, you need to talk to a tax professional so you don't get in trouble. I am not that. Secondly, creating a budget. How much should you start with to sell on Amazon? How much do you really need to get started? And I go over, how much you should actually allocate towards like some of the subscriptions like Jungle Scout, Helium 10, and then versus how much you should put into the product versus set aside for advertising. If you want to go a little over the amount of cash you have on hand, a business credit card is always a good option too, which is also, you get into tax deductions and everything else. And you can earn points, which I've used in the past for free flights. So it's all kind of works together and works real well. Basic money management is kind of the same thing, but it's after you start getting paid. So Amazon pays you every 2 weeks. So they send out the check every Thursday for me. then you actually get the money in your account on Monday. So every other Monday, I get an Amazon check. So what should you do with it? If you just go blow it and you run out of product, then you're kind of screwed, because now you need to go spend $2,000 on product to keep your sales going, but you just blew it on like a MacBook or PS5 or whatever. So I kind of use as an example what I did. I set some aside for new product orders and restocking inventory, and then I used some for other investments. For me, it was crypto, and then I put some aside money for savings for cars, stuff like that. So just kind of examples of how to make sure that this money that's coming in is really using it for what you need it to do, and how you want it to work for you. So I'll go over everything else. Research, product development, setting up your Amazon seller store, really not that difficult. Amazon does a pretty good job walking you through that. So the biggest one is going to be choosing your product. The right product can make or break you. So for instance, like the one I launched this last summer, started out just straight killing it. I was doing like $3,000 in sales a day before I started dealing with hijackers and some Amazon issues. And that all kind of gets talked about later in this as well. And then, but still, my main product was the first one I ever launched. And it took me 18 months to build it up to the point where it's like consistently making a lot of money. So both products were correct, and they were both great products. The sales and the popularity is a lot higher on one than the other. But kind of the point of this is, if you stick with it, like you picked a good product, and you're not just like throwing money away, as long as you're at least breaking even, stick with it. Get those extra reviews. Like my one product has, I think, 600 reviews now. It's one of the top selling products in that niche. So, but it took 2 years. So don't give up just because something doesn't take off in the first couple months. And I talk about all that in there. So talking to suppliers is huge. Negotiating the prices and shipping, and just like getting your packaging and your logos and labels and getting everything done. There's a lot that goes into this with UPC codes and shipping. So, and picking the right supplier. Picking the right supplier is huge, especially on Alibaba. So I go over all of the Alibaba little graphics on their suppliers and like what each one means, and trade assurance, which is very important. Just for everyone's awareness, don't buy anything from Alibaba if you're not using PayPal through businesses, or trade assurance. If someone asks you to wire them money, just drop that supplier right there and don't even go back. I dropped a supplier that I've been working with for 2 years because they basically got moved off Alibaba and wouldn't accept PayPal anymore. And so when he asked for a wire, that was the last email I sent. I said no thanks. That was it. So after you got the right product, you got your supplier, you made your first order, you get into creating your listing. So like your title, your bullet points, your product description, your photos, and then the living listing is what I call, is like as you're going through like the 2 years or whatever of having the listing, you create little changes. You find things that works for you and things that work better. Maybe changing your back-end keywords and search parameters. So all that kind of stuff that goes into creating a really good listing. And then I talk about different ways to get reviews. Some of them are a little out of the box, but have actually worked pretty well. And email follow-ups, I think, is, for me, probably one of the primary ways I get reviews. So this product I launched this last summer, I got 100 reviews, I think, in the first few months, 3-4 months, which is huge for me. So because those work so well, the exact same template I use in that email is what I put at the bottom of this book. So all you have to do is basically copy and paste it into your Helium 10 email follow-up. And every time you get a sale, however long you set it up, I think it's 2 days after delivery, that email will get sent to that person, that buyer, with some links to leave reviews, and it has worked incredibly well for me. Like I said, my other one has like upwards of 600 reviews now, and then the last one I launched has about 100, I think 110 last time I looked. So it's doing really well. And then we just kind of go over some other issues, inventory, future planning, how many should you order and when. which is really relevant right now actually, because February 12th through 26th is Chinese New Year, which if you didn't know that, their manufacturing shuts down for 2 weeks. So if you don't have an order shipped before February 12th, you're not getting it worked on for 2 weeks. And then when they get back, they're going to do their like backlog, and then you probably won't even get anything to Amazon until like late March probably. So unless you made an order like early January, you're going to be out of stock for potentially a couple months, which is going to hurt. So just knowing that kind of stuff and like understanding China, most of the stuff's going to come from, is really important. And then I just go over some of this, like the storage fees, because quarters 1 through 3 are different than quarter 4 with the holidays. So planning how much to keep in inventory during those times and how big your product is, that all goes into it, and just kind of making sure you're getting as much money out of Amazon as you can. And then social media, like I have a Facebook page. I don't really use Instagram specifically, but I do use my Facebook page and use that to make ads on Instagram, but I don't have like a Instagram account for my stuff. But I do use Facebook quite a bit for that, Facebook ads and Google ads. And I just talk about some of the like little Amazon isms, like the Amazon badges, using Amazon seller help, the buy box, hijackers, which I already talked about, which are horrible. But I gave you some ways you can kind of fight those and potentially win your product back. And then just kind of some final thoughts. And I'm going to leave you guys with this. This book also includes free product ideas. So if you want to look into it, the best way to verify that these are still good is to download the Helium-10 extension, the X-ray tool. And I'll leave a link in the description for all of this stuff that I'm talking about. So the Helium-10, the book discount code, I'm going to do 30% off. And then lastly, if you do buy it and you're interested in the affiliate links, please hit me up on in the comments, or hit me up on Instagram. I'm easy to reach on there. Happy to talk to you guys. I know some of you have before. Someone actually requested this video. That's why I'm making it. So shout out. And that's really all I got, you guys. Selling on Amazon is not easy. It's not a get rich quick, but it is worth it. So if you put the time in and you follow the steps in this book, you make the right product and verify that it's actually an interesting product that people are going to buy, you can make a lot of money on here, like a lot of money. And then once you figure it out, all you have to do is just replicate it. So if you can do it with one product, you can do it with 10. So if you can make $2,000 a month on a product, you can make 20. So it just depends on how much time and energy you want to put into it, but you can do it. If I can do it, and I'm not that smart, if I can do it, you guys can do it. So hit me up with any questions. Please hit like, subscribe. Like I said, I'm going to be doing a lot more videos with the car and Amazon. Probably not a lot of crypto stuff right now, but I am waiting for the massacre, which I am super excited for. Have some of this Amazon money set aside to buy some more when all these altcoins drop. So, like I said, I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.